Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Delle. Welcome if you're new and welcome if you're returning back. This is video number 3 in a 4-part series all about core wounding. So we're just covering 4 core wounds. The first video was about worthiness or worthlessness. The second one was about abandonment or self-abandonment. And the third one today is going to be around lack. So we're going to jump into that. If that sounds like something you want to learn more about or explore, we are getting channel messages around this, so I'm allowing Spirit to deliver the messages and insights that we need today. Always in a space of divine love and non-judgment. That's how I operate. That's how I do my work, my channeling work. All information about me can be found in the description box. How to book a personal reading or a service or a one-on-one. It's there if you need additional support beyond the video. DelleGoddessIntuitive.com or DelleGoddess.com will also take you there. Any resources or things like that that come through, I also just throw into the description box for your reference. And then, yeah, thank you so much for liking the videos, sharing them, subscribing to the channel. It's so appreciated, and it really just means a lot that you are here and that you're contributing your presence in that way, and I'm very grateful. So if you haven't considered subscribing to the channel, please do so. It's a wonderful space if you feel it resides with you and it connects with you. So it's important, I'm hearing, to open up your mind, to open up yourself to understanding or seeing something differently through this video series. I'm just being guided to share that right now. The more closed your mind is, it's like it's a waste of your time. So I'm actually hearing it's better if you're not open to it, just to come back to another time, or the information will find you in another avenue later on. But the way that the channel, I feel, has been evolving, it's really important just holding a space for way showers, for people who are meant and designed just to really embody their own true essence, their true light, and just to shine their light out as a beacon for other people. So it's I've just noticed that it's becoming very firm and strong in that. So it's really wonderful. I'm very happy to see the channel evolve that way, to support that. So some clearing with that coming through, so just acknowledging it. Okay, so we'll get into the channeling now around lack, the core wound of lack. If you haven't already, do take a listen to the first video around worthiness, and then the second video around abandonment, those 2 core wounds, because it's like we're going into a natural succession, it feels like. So lack is the next one. Lack means without. We're actually going to look it up in the old school dictionary, because we did that with the other words, and it's been very helpful just to take a look at the word in its intended way, at least with the language. Sometimes we communicate and we say things, and it's like we've, as a culture or as a people, have really changed it into just our vernacular or colloquialism, where it's just like, this is how we're saying it, but we forget the origin of the word, and I do believe that the origins of words do have their power through history in them. So it's important to actually take a look and dissect what we're actually talking about here. So lack is the fact or state of not having enough or not having any, the thing that is needed, to be deficient in, or entirely without. So I love that this is the third one, because worthiness was all about not really accepting fully your infinite abundant nature, as you are an expression of the universe through human form in this carnation. So then we go into abandonment, where it's like, where have you walked away from that, knowing that truth completely? You know, whether it's because of another story or a thing that happened to you, and can you come back home to yourself? Can you come back and reside within yourself, with your soul, not the ego, but with your soul? So with lack, it's highlighting, okay, where are you without? Where did you see examples and stories within your own life that maybe prove to you in some way, shape, or form that you are without? Maybe there was something that you really need that you didn't have enough of. A big one coming through is food insecurity. How scary is that, to go through that? you know, where you don't have enough sustenance, that really rattles the root chakra. And, you know, chakras aside or whatever, that rattles, you know, human beings on a biological level, on an evolutionary level, because we need shelter, food, clothing to survive. We also need, I heard like our band of brothers. I think that's a Jimi Hendrix song or something like that coming in, but I'm hearing it's just like, when I say brothers, it's genderless. I know brothers implies male, but I'm actually saying it as genderless. So where it's just like, you know, we need our fellow human beings to survive too. We're not meant to be alone here. As nice as that would be sometimes, depending on what we're going through, alone time is super important to recharge your batteries and things like that. But what I'm getting is, it's just lack specifically, they really want to highlight here, is the perceived notion we should have something but is being withheld, or we are unable to access it, or it's being withdrawn, or it's not available anymore, or it's not available to us and we want it. So that they're really highlighting about lack. So again, the reason why this is like a core wound is because it's so strongly connected and tied with the root chakra. And am I able to survive here? So that can be really rattling and upsetting, especially you know, when the soul is here with us, and it's just our body isn't able to be supported in the way that it needs to or wants to. They're having me go away too from physical. So there's physical lack. There's also emotional lack, where it's where did you not receive the support that you needed to in some way, shape, or form with regards to your emotions? What about energetic lack? What about spiritual lack? What if you have always felt this very strong, infinite connection to God, and where you grew up or where you are around or your current environment, it's just what you are perceiving outside of yourself does not align with what you know to be true within your own soul. So it's just, lack is coming through again as this absence of support that is needed for our own thrival and survival. But it's really about stepping into, like, this human experience is about coming past and beyond survival and into thrival, so that way we can really be beacons of light and expand our true essence. So how this is coming up again as a core wound is really understanding the ways in which you are able to provide for yourself, and you are provided for abundantly by the universe. So again, whether it's a lot of this, I'm getting it, they're having me go back to childhood, where it stems from childhood, because you have to depend on other people to take care of you. And if you didn't have the means or other people to take care of you in the way that you need to, this again goes beyond the physical. So it could be that you didn't have enough support, or you know, food, shelter, clothing, things like that. But it's also about, even if you had all of that stuff, you had shelter and things like that, were you provided for emotionally? Were you provided for spiritually? Were you provided for creativity? You know, creatively. There we go. And it's just, you know, really, they're having me and showing me the chakras, so your energy points in the body, your energy centers. The root chakra is all about the root. So it's like, are we able to ground into earth? Are we able to be fully supported to live on the planet that we reside in? You know, and then going up into the sacral chakra, are we able to express ourselves as a creative being? Are we able to show up as ourselves? You know, is our decisions able to align with those things, or do we have to figure things out, and it's just you know, have things become distorted along the way? Have we lost our faith in humanity? Have we lost faith in ourselves and our ability to provide for ourselves, because other people we depended on early in life, or as early examples in our life, were not able to be there? So we took that story, we affixed it onto ourselves, and we decided that maybe I'm not able to provide for myself. Or better yet, we as adults, even though we are able to provide for ourselves, we are still placing it out there because that wound was never addressed or healed or looked at. We're still placing it out there that other people are responsible to fix the sense of lack. So a big thing with core wounding and with lack is really understanding that you, as an infinite being, as an abundant being by nature, so that's why it's important to look at the previous two videos, because it's leading up to this moment. you also have it within you as a creative being, as a creator, to provide for yourself and to bring yourself out of a perceived lack. The first thing to do is actually to see that there is no lack outside of the mind's construct. So it's like the mind creates lack, because if we look all around us, we are abundant in nature. There's services and things like that. We can call upon our higher self. We can call upon divine guidance to figure out things in terms of where do we need to go to have our needs met, our most basic needs met. Again, it's are the physical needs being met? Are the emotional needs being met? Spiritual, creative. Those are the four big ones, the main ones that are coming through right now. So with lack, it's also a call and invitation to come back to yourself and to understand and see, where am I actually capable of being there for myself, of healing myself, of taking responsibility for my own self. And when you're able to do that, it's removing all the shame around it. There is no shame. You might be feeling shame, but how it's coming through is it's actually meant to empower you, to show you that, oh no, I am actually able to do this. I am actually able to take care of myself, to get my needs met in a way that's healthy and supportive for me, because I'm touching back with my soul. I'm acting from my soul rather than my ego. My heart is leading the way. So if you need further help or guidance with this, really, I'm hearing just to call upon your spirit team, to call upon your higher self. And yeah, I'm actually hearing that I have a spirit session available too, that this can really help you with this, understanding ways that you can better support yourself if you want to utilize that session for that reason. It's a versatile sessions, but it's coming through just to mention that that's something that I offer. So that's all that's coming through though about lack today. So that is the third video. There's one more after this. So I hope to see you in that one as well. Until next time, stay well and take care. If you do care to comment below about how lack, how you've overcome lack in your own life, if this is something that you have experience with, or it's inspired you to see it from a different point of view, from the soul's point of view, please do let us know. I like to hear about that, and I like to learn more. So if the comments are there for you to uplift one another. So again, until next time, stay well and take care.